Ni hao and good morning. Welcome to Qualcomm's Computex 2018 press conference. Please welcome to the stage Jim Cathy, Senior Vice President and President of Asia Pacific and India for Qualcomm.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome you all to this Qualcomm event. I'd like to welcome you if you're just attending here from Taiwan, or if you've traveled abroad, the press, the analysts, the media, and even the Qualcomm employees that have traveled from San Diego. I think what you'll see today is another example of Qualcomm's leadership in the mobile industry. I also think that you're going to see some great speakers that come to the stage and can articulate a story that you will find in few other places. Leadership over the last 30 years for Qualcomm has been leading mobile innovation for over 30 years and has led through every major G transition. We connected the phone to the internet, helping the industry transition from desktop PCs to mobile computing. Anticipated phones would subsume most other consumer electronics: camera, music, video, and email. Today we invest in a wide range of technologies that have their roots in mobile, but now apply to many different industries. For example, automotive, IoT, and networking. The trends towards everything connected, and intelligent plays to our expertise and our history. This morning, I have the honor of introducing Mr. Katuzian, Alex Katuzian, who is the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Mobile at Qualcomm. But before Alex comes to the stage, we'll watch a short video, a video that will show one of the verticals that we're truly being disruptive. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. As Jim said, we have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about, but before we get to that, I wanted to recap what's happened in the past year, the state of the business for the Windows on Snapdragon products and the category. So 1 year ago, we introduced the Windows on Snapdragon PC, powered by Snapdragon chipsets and software. And our mission was to bring the best of the mobile world into the PC. Try to have a device that is always on, truly always on when you need it, always connected wherever you are, with great battery life that lasts all day long and even multiple days of use. Sleek and innovative form factors that don't require fans, that are light to carry, that are mobile. And of course, the Windows 10 environment and ecosystem for all the productivity. Well, we delivered on that promise. We've now launched with 3 of the biggest PC OEMs in the world. The ASUS Nova Go, the HP NVX2, the Lenovo Mix 630 are all in production. And in fact, yesterday, on June 4th, they all went into stores in the US with a really great deal from Sprint, which I'll explain a little bit later. But we also work with multiple other carriers and retail stores around the globe to try to provide unique solutions. So really, for the first time, we're setting up a way where PCs can be sold in a different way, and consumers can experience it in a different way. And so we have to work with multiple different carriers, a different channel of PC sales. All the retail stores that you know about, we work with them. And then try to bundle things that are best for the consumer to use. So as of now, we have Sprint, TIM, and EE offering free data for the Windows on Snapdragon devices. Changhua Telecom and Deutsche Telekom and Telefonica are offering bundle deals where you can buy the PCs in retail stores and like MediaMarkt, and then these devices come hot, bundled with the data, and then the consumer can pay for the data and the services on a monthly basis. So just like they're used to having a phone today and paying monthly, they would do that for the PC. I'd just like to give a shout out to Changhua Telecom because they were a pioneer in this thing. They actually first started this in the globe. So thank you very much, Changhua. And then on the operator and online stores, TIM is actually carrying the Windows on Snapdragon PCs in their stores. So just like a consumer would walk in to buy a phone, they can experience the exact same thing buying a Windows on Snapdragon PC. And it would be very simple and very easy for them to do. JD.com is bundling data with China Telecom. We'll talk about that in the next few weeks. And Amazon, last but not least, is selling the PCs bundled with the Sprint deal that we talked about. So Sprint hooking up in the US with multiple different OEMs and offering that data for free. So we've worked so well in such a great partnership with Microsoft. I would like to bring up Roanne Sones, Corporate VP at Microsoft, to talk about that a little bit more. Thanks for being here.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so what I wanted to talk about was the always connected PC. If you could tell us a little bit about that experience and how that's going today, what the users are going through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Alex and I have been on this journey for a number of years together.
That's right, yeah.
And it has been a really, really productive partnership. And I was so thrilled to actually see HP, Lenovo, and Asus bring their products to market. I have been self-hosting, so that's a term we use. I've been using their products since spring of last year as my primary device. And I have to say, it has completely transformed the way that I use the PC experience.
Yeah.
On the battery life front, I mean, it's incredible. I leave my device on a Friday and I pick it up on a Monday, and it has the exact same charge, just like you would expect with a phone. I no longer bring my power cord to the office, and so I have this joy of basically knowing that I'm going to get multiple days of active use, and I simply go home, plug it in overnight, the exact same way you do with your phone. And so this idea that we're able to bring these phone-like experiences into the PC has been something that really has been transformative for me. Another area related to that is around connectivity. And so the idea that you are able to work whenever and wherever you want has, again, honestly, changed my habits. I'm on the tarmac, and I'm rushing to get a mail off or something changed. I'm scrambling, between meetings, and I'm able to have a larger screen and a keyboard and still be productive. And so the idea that once you have connectivity all the time on that larger form factor, you'll never go back.
That's right. That's right. So maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the Windows 10 updates that recently were announced.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, April was actually a pretty big month for us. So we launched the Windows 10 April update, and there were a couple features in there that I think are pretty relevant for how everybody in this room, ourselves included, work. The first is a feature called Timeline. And so this is the idea that you are able to basically get a chronological view of all the history, or recent history that you've had with your PC. What's great is it's not just the PC, but it actually tracks to all of your devices. So the idea that you can pick up essentially where you left off, it really is a nice relationship when you think about having that always connected experience, being able to move across your devices. The second investment that we've actually made is around focus time. and this is interesting, you're now always connected, and so the noise that you have around you when you're trying to be productive has just gone up.
That's right.
And so the idea that we're able to give you a dedicated space where we actually protect you from all of those updates, let you be productive, get things done, and then when you actually emerge out of that mode, you don't have to have fear of having missed out. We actually completely recap what just went on that period of time, when you were productive. The other kind of interesting angle here is actually more from a developer standpoint. So we had a big conference last month. It was our Build conference. And Build is where we bring together thousands of developers once a year to engage on all of Microsoft's platforms. And we actually announced the launch of the ARM64 SDK. So there's now availability of that for developers. The thing that's great about this is, I've had a very positive application experience in the last year as I've been using the devices. But this now enables a developer to essentially recompile their application natively. And so that's only going to give you a performance boost over time as you think about using the experience.
Most of us using these products haven't come across any applications that are not incompatible.
No, I mean, like I said, I've had a really, really positive experience with my device.
That's really great. And then last but not least, eSIM.
Yes.
That's very, very pertinent to having an always connected PC. It's very important. As you know, the Snapdragon devices support eSIM fully. So you could give us a little bit of a background about the initiatives that Microsoft's taken towards eSIM.
Yeah, so I actually think about eSIM on 3 fronts, and you've touched on actually some of these. So the first is our relationship with the mobile operators. They're such an important channel and partnership for us as we think about bringing connectivity to the PC.
That's right.
And so we've really been investing with you as well as with the mobile operators in building that partnership. The second is around the core technologies. As these standards are evolving, we really need to make sure that we have the necessary operating system support so that we can basically take advantage of both how you've implemented it in your silicon and also how the mobile operators need it on their infrastructure.
That's right.
So we've got the necessary support we need for eSIM in Windows 10. And then finally, I think about just the actual experience that we all want to have. The idea that you get a new PC, you turn it on, and literally it's just as easy as entering in your phone number, and you are connected and off to the races. And quite honestly, have flexibility, from bundled data to extensions of your existing phone plans.
That's right. That's very good. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate the partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Myself working from the middle of nowhere. My name is Mandy Hooper, and I design and sell tiny houses. Technology is 90% of my job. Correcting floor plans, checking my email. This new PC with LTE is amazing. I am always connected. A lot of our clients are out in the country. There is no Wi-Fi for miles. The battery life is phenomenal. I can go, I feel like, forever on one charge. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that was a really good example of how a consumer can benefit. You don't have to be in the middle of nowhere to take advantage of it, of course, but just the fact that you have that freedom to connect anywhere securely and don't go through any hassles, that's a really good one. We developed this with Microsoft in conjunction and in partnership with Sprint, so you can see that freedom is there for the consumer. Now, let me just go back and talk a little bit about a history of modems inside a PC. So in the past 10 years, with even x86-based PCs, we've launched over 1,000 thousands of PCs with our modem inside it, thousands of them. And then hundreds of PCs with our LTE modem modules inside them. But this is really not about having a modem inside the PC. Windows on Snapdragon, a connected PC that's always on, is not about just having a modem module inside. It's really about having a comprehensive system solution that would bring a new user experience. A new user experience. You can't just have a modem inside a PC and say it's a connected PC. It has to be always on, it has to work in the background, it has to have great battery life, it has to have great multimedia capability, it has to be a comprehensive solution that you can take anywhere with you and know it's going to work. So just having a modem inside a PC is not going to do it. But even if you are thinking about having a modem in PC, we've had thousands upon thousands of devices go through with our modems and hundreds of them with LTE. So we're already established there. We're taking it to another level. Okay, so periodically we do studies with consumers around the globe. And we ask them, what is it that you like? What is it that you don't like? What is it that you are willing to pay for? What is it that you want more of? So we accumulate all this data, and we try to use it as our product planning and try to figure out these types of disruptive new categories, such as Windows on Snapdragon. Well, one of the things that comes up on top of the list for every consumer every single time is battery life. They want more of it, and they're willing to pay for it. So 20 plus hours of battery life is very, very important to consumers. 83% of them are saying, I'm willing to pay more for a device that has this type of capability. 60% of users are now asking for gigabit LTE. A few years back, that percentage was in the single digits, and now it's 60% are willing to pay for gigabit LTE and the freedom of having that connection anywhere they are in a secure fashion. There's a term coined by the mobile industry called gigabit society. And that's because 90% of the operators around the globe now are capable of doing gigabit LTE. And so having that connectivity inside your laptop as you have it inside your phone is extremely important to consumers. And then last but not least, 77% of these consumers that we surveyed are using some kind of AI technology in their device. Throughout the applications that they have, they're going to be using a smarter application, a better user experience, and they're using AI technology whether they know it or not, 77% of them. And so it's part of a consumer's everyday life now, from voice assistants to knowing where you parked, to your maps being smarter, to cameras being smarter and taking a better picture, to security serving the consumer in a better way. All of these things are now inside the device. So when I say a comprehensive solution, you got to take all these things in mind. And our mission is to deliver this type of capability in a disruptive system that the consumer could benefit from. So given saying all that, now let me introduce you to the 850 Snapdragon mobile compute platform. Okay, enough pictures. Okay, so let me tell you what's inside this device, right? Talking about a comprehensive integrated solution. This is not a CPU play. Remember, this is not a PC just talking about CPU or some modem module getting stuck in it. It is a really highly integrated, heterogeneous system solution to bring a wealth of new experiences to consumers. So inside this device, you have all of your compute capability, all of your graphics capability, all of your multimedia capability, all of your connectivity capability. Not only just 1.2 gigabit LTE, but 802.11ac, 2x2, multi-user MIMO to have the best data support inside a house or inside of an environment with the best throughput capability. We have anything that an AI engine needs. In fact, we have solutions working with third-party vendors to try to bring AI capability into multiple different applications. It is really a complete turnkey solution. So besides all of the integration that goes into this chip, outside of that device, we have an AI engine application suite that we're releasing to all developers to put together multiple different applications. We're working with third-party vendors. We have a complete RF front end certified that's integrated as part of this chipset. Now you can go anywhere in the world with that certification, and over 90% of the carriers, like I said, have gigabit LTE, 1.2 gigabit LTE, and we're able to service that with a certified RF front end. We have power management solutions, not only for the system, but for interfaces and for fast charging. Part of that survey, when people were asked if you're willing to pay for a bigger battery, a longer battery life, they said yes, But when the battery runs out, how can I charge it the fastest? We have that capability. We have immersive multimedia for Ultra HD video viewing or hi-fi stereo listening. We have authentication through fingerprint, ultrasonic fingerprint capability that does not get spoofed. We have 3D face recognition. We have 802.11ad 60 gigahertz interfaces to any peripheral that you want, to have fast interfaces into different peripherals. So it really is a very comprehensive solution that we bring to the market, and it's tried and tested with Qualcomm technology, and we're willing to put that into the Windows on Snapdragon mobile platform to bring the best of the mobile world into the PC. So what does the system do? We have 30% system-wide performance. So all of these applications that we talked about, all these user experiences that we talked about, 30% better on the 850. We have up to 25 hours of battery life, continuous battery life. What that means is, if you're using this on a normal basis, like if you're using your PC on a normal basis, it's multiple days of use. You don't have to charge this PC based on this solution. You don't have to carry your cord, like Roanne was saying. If you go on a business trip, you don't take your cord, you have a light, capable PC in your hands that you don't have to charge. It's really a good blessing. And then last but not, we have 1.2 gigabit LTE. We've talked about that. 90% of the carriers have that. That connectivity gives you the freedom to be able to connect anywhere you're at securely and with fast speeds. And then up to 3x the performance for AI. Like I said, AI is a part of everyday life now. You have to accept that for smarter applications. We have that embedded in this device. Just a few examples of what this device can do. On the 9th floor, we have a bunch of demos that you can see as well. That would be great. So as I was saying, with our previous modem, the X16, we were able to support 1.2 gigabit. And with our new modem, the X20, we are pushing the limits. But now we have the capability of supporting it around 90% of the worldwide carriers. Other competitors may claim gigabit capability, but they're only limited to a very few carriers in the globe. We're actually the entire globe. And with the R front end that is certified and ready to go, we can have multiple users around the globe using these devices. So again, the pillars that we're talking about, always connected. You have a device that is working for you whenever you want, always on. And in the background, you're downloading your data, so your productivity goes up. You can open up the laptop and it's ready for you. You want to make a Skype call, it's ready for you. You want to check something, it's ready for you. You want to check your data, your emails, immediately it's on. And because it's that connectivity is on all the time. So always connected, always on. AI is another big pillar of ours because we have AI on the edge. Devices on the edge is so important to receive that AI capability in multiple different applications that are used by consumers on a daily basis. Entertainment. We talked about up to 25 hours of battery life. You can watch videos for 25 hours if you want. There's a thing going around called video binge. People watch videos for multiple lengths of time. This can allow you to make that happen. And then last but not least, Windows 10 brings the productivity scene. Look how happy these kids are that their mom is using a Windows on Snapdragon PC. Yeah, that's how it's going to go. I would like to introduce Jason Lee, a new partner to our ecosystem from Samsung Mobile Communications. Jason, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Alex. I'm very excited to be here and share Samsung's plan for a new category of mobile computing device with Qualcomm. And we, of course, have a long-standing mobile partners with Qualcomm, working together to bring to market innovative devices and new consumer experiences. Many of our premium Galaxy devices already feature the Qualcomm Snapdragon mobile platform. And today, we're announcing our commitment to new devices built on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 850 mobile compute platform. We are always looking for opportunities to bring new and better experiences to life. And the Qualcomm Snapdragon 850 mobile compute platform introduces unlimited possibilities to expand our mobile lifestyles by bringing together improved battery life and gigabit LTE. With Qualcomm's industry-leading processors and Samsung's premium design capabilities, customers will be able to communicate and stay connected longer and more efficiently than ever before. So today, we're honored to share with you our commitment to the new 850 mobile platform by announcing a new computing option on the shelf featuring the Qualcomm Snapdragon 850 mobile compute platform available later this year. So thanks again to Alex and Qualcomm for having me here this morning. Thank you.
So, Jason, thank you again for participating. Thank you for being such a great partner. I want to talk a little bit about process technology. One of the reasons why the power management and power dissipation of these chipsets are low for mobile and now for compute is the choice of process technology. If you go back a few years, the leading chipsets that would drive process technology came from PC CPUs or graphics chipsets. They were very big with a lot of transistors, and they would push the edge of process technology to try to bring more and more capability. But as the complexity of the mobile SoC grew over the years, the mobile SoC became the complexity that the industry was pushing to try to get process technology into the market. And from 2015, the mobile SoC actually took over working with different fabs around the world to push the capability of the process technology. And today, in 10 nanometer, we are the leading SoC provider globally. And some of our competitors have problems even getting into 10 nanometer, but we've been shipping 10 nanometer for a while now. And so we are working with global fabs, fabrication facilities, to provide the leading process edge for both the mobile communication and now mobile PCs. The same leadership that we're showing in process technology and functionality integration and immersive multimedia applies to 5G. As you know, Qualcomm is leading the market and bringing the mobile market to 5G. Multiple different devices are going to be shipping into production at the end of 2018 and throughout 2019. And we will have Windows on Snapdragon PCs that are 5G enabled in that time frame. And we will lead that market. So the always-on, always-connected PC that is running at 1.2 gigabit LTE speeds in the near future will be running 5G based on Qualcomm technology. So in parting words that you should remember, defining the always-on, always-connected PC is not just having CPU and a modem module being put inside the PC. It's really a much more comprehensive system solution. You must have multi-day battery life. You must have multi-day battery life to elongate the use of that device and the consumer experience. You must have instant on. The consumer is demanding that when they want the device to be there, it's there for them. Connected standby. What does that mean? That means in the background, while your PC is in standby mode, you have to have work being done. Data being gathered, anything that needs to be updated is getting updated, and when you turn on, when you open the laptop, that data is there for you, so connected standby. Continuous connectivity. You have to have continuous connectivity throughout the time. Lightning fast LTE speeds. We just went over the fact that consumers are now demanding and are willing to pay for LTE speeds, true LTE speeds, around the globe. Location aware. We have GPS integrated into the chipset as part of the system solution. So hence, your mapping applications, if you want to share your location with somebody, that is there for you. And then last but not least, thin, quiet, and cool. The designs must be thin, like a mobile handset solution. They cannot have a fan. They have to last all day. They have to be light. They have to be mobile. These are the attributes for an always-on, always-connected PC. It cannot be defined by just CPU or simply having a modem module inside. It has to be an overall system solution that benefits the consumer. So thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you being here. And thank you so much for attending today.